Salone music and politics and economics. So the Salone music, today deliberately, this net, we decide for Play That Music Day throughout. Because now, one important time this way, we for put Salone first. We for think about the country image and also think about the country and go on before. So not just the present, but we need to think about the future. And every time that music that they play, we for remind ourselves in terms of waiting there at stake. And I be really want for una pay particular attention to the words and not say the beating, the rhythm, everything very impressive or attractive or enjoyable. But the lyrics, the song, the music, the words, very, very important, me family. We get beaucoup thing for unpack tonight, but we not go do marathon as we do the last time, because clearly we do the marathon last week because it be very important for we talk about waiting the before the court and before the politics and before the country as a whole. I will touch small on that, but this program tonight, we will go back to the usual programs them, where we will look at the things them, where they shape the country as a whole, not to just one specific angle. Because the last time, like I say, last week, we make specifically say the focus will be on the constitutional amendment crisis, if you want to put on that way there. But tonight, we get small development on that, but this program not will be exclusively that. So that sets the stage. And also the other thing where I go try for do tonight, me fambulem, now for give extensive update with respect to with Diaspora Helping and Scholarship Program. For the people away that join for the first time, I want to say una thank you, una cabo. My name is Abdul Karim Kagbo, based in Canada, and me specialty in economist, but still I care about the law aspect of the country, particularly when it comes to the constitution, because for the constitution, my brothers and sisters, we're not for just left and give the lawyers them. We safe, because remember, this particular document we then call the Supreme Law is secret, and it governs we all. The last time we talk about how the Constitution go determine your right for talk and for let them vote for you and plenty other things them. Whose side you even they go? Because let's say, for example, if the government say today coffee order, what you go do? You know, go fetch the government because they don't pass the law. So now we need to understand what they go on right now and how, if something can pass, we right now they before I go say the court, what it go mean for me and you too. We need to think about that, and we picking them. We're not born yet. The generation yet unborn. We got to think about how this whole thing will impact them as well. So now that's make it very, very important for we pay particular attention to it in the go on. But the thing where I don't want for we do, my brothers and sisters, let we not drag this argument and base them on APC SLPP. If we do that, we do what I go call disservice to the country, because them party once we make this argument about APC SLPP, it's easy for the politicians to get off the hook. It's easy for them disregard genuine concern where the general citizen get. So now it make let we not fall for that temptation there. Where you not agree with what they go on. You know APC, and if even we blatantly show say this is dangerous for the kingdom, the generation they yet unborn in that country there. Some man go say, because now they party in a power when a SLPP, so as a result, then go support her. No, let we not do that, my brothers and sisters, because it go come back for hunt we. And unfortunately, some of the things them way then they try for do. If them pass now, it will be very, very difficult for change tomorrow. And the other thing also, if we allow for waiting then they try for do, let it stick. The Constitution will protect me and you too when I get power, particularly the poor people or the ordinary salon people if they get chance for do it in they want for do, my brothers and sisters, then go use that to protect me to win the Constitution, like football, where this party come, a kick come one way, where the other party come, a kick come another way, and how the country go develop, and how foreign investors then go feel confident, go get confidence for come invest in that country there, because that particular aspect of What do they talk about? So we know the constitution, the supreme law of the country. Now that same laws, then that foreign investor get for rely on for protect investment, because it clearly say now the law is now this process that they follow. But if you meet government way crookish, we not care about we, like how the two parties are on the show. But again, I don't make it repeatedly. Tonight, dear my brothers and sisters, let we not make the conversation about APC or SLPP. Let we make the conversation about Salone. Another way there, I want for let we shape the conversation. So, Una, we don't join already. I want for say plenty thank you. And we come a little bit late because we get for prepare plenty other things, then particularly the update on waiting they go on in terms of the Salone and the VOS Diaspora Helping and Scholarship Program, because it's very important for we make them very clear saying that this that we next position. So that way we give una the update where I will give una in just a moment. It go nice for we all day on the same page and let una know say yes. Kele, but yet we still progress. So I want to make that very, very clear. So dear, again, if my brother favor don't join, as I can always remind we all, say let we share, because no, brother George, now they say sharing is caring. But a nice for let we share, so we all go calm and talk about the thing that way they go on other country there. So my family sets the stage right away before I give una the update on the Diaspora Scholarship Program. My family, we see recently, and what I say recently, as recent as today, we see this headline: Guinean authorities direct Conakry airport to restrict Sierra Leonean travelers. Ifambulem, in order to take away the government call ECOWAS Agbagbadem for they see how cooperation, security, all lentin and they go advance na the sub-region. We na ECOWAS, we see that very clearly. But the other thing I would say troubling, we don't get issue with Guinea for a little bit. So you want to ask yourself, saying, wait to the current situation, it gets any improvement where it comes to the situation or the relationship between Sierra Leone and Guinea? So now that I want to we think about we address this issue here, my brothers and sisters. Because if the answer is not so good, meaning that the answer is no, so the question now will be, waiting at the essence for we heavily rely on ECOWAS for resolve the issues there where they get with Guinea. But this, according to, again, the Salone Minister of Information, I will give a response, but I just want to set the stage for right now. Because waiting it talk, it is one side, and waiting at the reality, it is one side. But we will put the two together and then assess whether or not it will tell you the right thing. Remember, now the person we task with the responsibility for update Salone people regularly. And now that the Salone people they pay for. Now that we all they pay for. We they pay for more tax money. So as a result, we not get for completely dismiss within he say, but we get for analyze them, we get for assess them, and try to understand if indeed within he say not the right thing. And also it will be very, very difficult for plenty of we for able to determine whether or not the right thing or not. But let we attempt, okay? Let we attempt for see if we can able make sense out of waiting the information minister tell we. So we get to talk about the Guinea travel restrictions. And the other thing where we go talk about, given the current state of the country in terms of the constitutional amendment bill, because it not pass it to and not become law 8 until President Bill sign them. So for now, it's still considered bill. Yes, it don't pass na parliament with controversy, and that controversy there, beaucoup people and they look into it. And APC, according to the latest news we get before we come to the studio tonight, APC overall they say then go court. What I mean by overall, meaning the party, not to just the individual demo supporters and other people, but the party as a party, as a general institution, they say then go court for go face the Supreme Court and let the Supreme Court interpret the section we then get issue with. So we go look into that. We will play a video of one Agbagbana APC. We tell we waiting then go do and how they go about it. And then another story, according to the English way, I mean the Creole way, another story where some people will say concerning. Now this headline says Sierra Leone police reject Citizens Advocacy Network peaceful protest scheduled for August 26th. Per Creole, what does that mean? It means say one group we call Citizens Advocacy Network, CAN, they meet the police, like how the police we don't tell people and say if they want for go nado and make them voice or give them voice, let people understand waiting and they for or waiting they get issue with, therefore take permit from the police. And then according to one law we don't take a salon and it's still there. We now for they call them Public Order Act. So like how for maintain the law and order that that country there. But this now law way the people the British man them they be use that kind of law they for suppress when una no say during the 10 and day we all be there under slavery and the colonial rule and all that. So Warawe Albert Magai, it come with another version from the version where the British people give. So remember, we don't get independence, and this person we foresee now with Salone brother, now with Salone Pekin, now Salone Papa, when Albert Magai, after his brother died, when Samilton Magai, he take over power. And then he passed this law. And it's very clear the objective of this law, this 1965 Public Order Act, and for suppress the opposition. For again, some people then say, nah, because it want for change, turn the country to one party system. So, but unfortunately failed. That will be another argument for another day as to why it failed. But the point where at the time for make Naya is from 1965, me fumble them, this law, and till now. And this we not just need for blame SLPP. SLPP, the new democracy will get, I will say the modern democracy will get. Tijan Kaba, a come, na power, and not change much of it. And not change any major thing for this law. And then an Escoma come, because it is serve him as president and for continue for suppress the people them, himself not do much with this law, he left him. Now President Bill come and with all, I will say, fairness to them, it changed some parts them. Like one part where go talk about, say, if you commit certain crime, like how we be they force them, then for kill you, and most times a firing squad, and we see under Kabine time under NPRC, but the TNPRC then a military, so they can do things that were not even there in the constitution. But Shekin time, we see they accuse Boku people them of treason and get way for kill people them through firing squad. And then Kabasef do that, and Madabio come and say, no, that's not right. And 100% I agree with them, and I want to say on behalf of myself as Sierra Leonean, I want to say beaucoup thank you to him, where he pull that side, where he say the death, they call it death penalty. The reason we make a gladdy, and beaucoup of we don't argue say, una remember, some thinking they certain thing way they accuse somebody for. The evidence can so much against that person there that even if the person innocent, but the evidence them can so compelling that it go hard for let people and believe say no to that person they do them. But we don't see beaucoup them, not to just Salone, but even at the other country them, beaucoup them can they way. That evidence then they can either sometimes now people manufacture the evidence then they cook the books, or maybe that person they just in a place now the wrong time, or sometimes they set them up, and the people always set them up, then plant the evidence them in a way that it go hard for deny. So all lentin in there, but the reason we make a gladdy specifically, let's say if una no say life, now one life will get, we then kill somebody, elect na wrongfully, then kill him. If even the later no say that person be innocent, we not get no way for bring that person there back. So now the major reason that we make, I strongly believe this thing we they talk about, so for like them pull this thing from the laws then as Salone, meaning that death penalty, because when you make mistake, and anybody can make mistake, as a matter of fact, Fambule, when you make mistake, and then you kill that person, you don't get way for bringing them back. Even if you give in Fambul them compensation, it still not be the same. It still not go necessarily mean say that person they go come back. Me Fambul them. So as a result, it make a lot of sense for way President Bill and we personally, I'm for telling Boku thank you for that. Where he say no. Then go sentence somebody to life imprisonment. Go sentence them to boku years them, but don't not for kill them. So while it is serving sentence, if God naturally taking life, then that's okay. That's not the right thing. So another way I look at them. So, but beyond that, we don't see plenty wisdom where all the governments that we don't come, this modern democracy, like I say, former President Sékou, Tijan Kaba, late Tijan Kaba, and former President Sékou, and now President Bill. So the question is, we they talk about democracy, but yet we don't see say repeatedly that they deny the people in Salone, even though they go through the process and then take excuse, take permit, try for tell the police say no. The reason we make one for assemble and we peacefully march, let Salone people and see we let them be aware of waiting they go in the country. We intend for doing peacefully. So even when people and do that, me fumble them. The police say no. Even when they say the protest will be peaceful. So now you ask yourself from Kabine time. Again, Boko Funa probably will be small. But for Kabine time and Eskoma, Teto Mada Bill, other than then Gladdy, or the party within a power, where they can want for match, for praise the party within a power. Other than then kind match then they, or then kind assemble then they, or different way where you call them, it act for like people them way they know say the thing the way that they do, not in the favor of the government within a power. It act for like then give them people and they like approval, like for accept the application and say okay, una can go ahead and una can match, do una match pass or all una placard, or different ways them way una for show ourselves and show people and say una not happy over a particular thing when they go on. So the question now is, if we practice democracy, where according to democracy saying, if we even encourage somebody, we not accept what you they do. So, but this they show clearly say no. They not encourage people we want for say something we in a way it different from waiting the party within a power believe. So we will talk more about that, and we will read for now waiting the police the statement to them pull and waiting and say. And the other thing where I want for we talk about me fambulem. Now this headline again, plenty of we be question where that be happen in terms of the deportees them. Where US, the people them where US they deport, not only Sierra Leoneans them all, but other nationals them, deport them, come na Salone, say Salone for take care of them and try for make settlement for them after a certain period, then they go left the country. So now the US don't accuse Salone, say Salone don't they try for make balance ball that agreement day. So according to the English word and put US accuses Sierra Leone of breaching provisions in the deportee hosting agreement. So meaning Salone, they want for say no, some conditions they will not agree. So they don't agree because now agreement between Salone and America. But all of a sudden now Salone want for change their mind according to the report. So that's not something we need for look into, because we all go imagine what it go mean for the country image and the relationship between Salone and America. Then they clearly go sour, the relationship. So want for make sure say we fully understand that as well and talk about and try for see how best we can able get an understanding of it. And if America just want for take advantage of we, but the emphasis where they put na my brothers and sisters, they say the agreement. So meaning na something where they all two be don't agree. Salone and America be don't agree and put on a paper saying that this then for do for the people and way America they deport na Salone and let Salone host them people and they, meaning let Salone lodge them people and they. So we want to make sure say we fully understand that as well. So we go touch on that. And the other thing, before again I come to the update in terms of the Diaspora Helping Hand Scholarship Program, another thing where I want for, and all we take lightly though. Now this story, and I want for say boku thank you to Sierra Leone and also Truth Media, because a lot of the updates we get them from then two main sources then they, yes, we can get from AYV, Liberty, but for the most part, we get plenty of the updates from Sierra Leone and Truth Media. So if I'm look this headline. This headline they say, child begging at Freetown beaches. sparks calls for government intervention. Remember, the government, they go all over the place, all over the world. Let's say, Boku countries them. They talk about how do they take care of the pikin them, how do they go school, the one day when they go school, their number don't go up big time and all that. But my family, waiting somebody go say, for like, when I look the picture, look the age range of them pikin a day. The big na treat. So that day by itself not gonna make them vulnerable. In fact, when you look at that picture today, the girl picking them more than the boy picking them. I think now 1 or 2 boy picking them you go see. But I so girl picking them. And we all know say then girl picking the day, you get some sick big man them. We not go afraid for tamper with them picking a day. Because it's very clear, see them picking a day, they go through hardship in that country day. And that make the big not it. And according to the headline, say na beach them, a beach area. So meaning, we all know say Salone, an area that way, most times, we they use for attract tourists them. We, now one area that way they say, oh, Salone get nice beach them and all that in a day. So if the beach them, we they see boku small picking them, they big, we motocar pass, then go enkpa the motocar, they big. Ebo. So if tourists then they inside the motocar then they waiting and go make of the country. That country where the president of that country they go all over the world. And they claim, say, they don't do so much for the Pikin and the Pikin they go school, and again, their life don't improve, and all the boku fine talk then they. But waiting this, they show, my brothers and sisters, them, and all look different from the image where the presidents they portray. And for like some people and be tempted and say, oh, now people and way want forgive the president bad name. Now they're responsible for this and stuff. Hey, but when I look this picture, when I look the picture, good one, and when I tell me if this picture now made up something, if not political manipulation. For me, I don't see any evidence of that too, me family. To be honest with you now, I don't see no evidence of that. So for like somebody go twist around and try for put politics into this, I don't think so for agree though. Because this is very sad. And we keep this say, them pick here at the future of that country day. So if them pick here at this stage, they part bigger. And again, I go back to the girl picking them, because I'm thinking, not to say the boy picking himself no need care from we, but plenty time, boy picking can withstand pressure and they not be as vulnerable as the girl picking them. And when I know say plenty time, the reason we make them girl picking and be vulnerable now because boku man then go use them for mama and daddy business. And that make them picking especially vulnerable, the girl picking them. But if we really want to protect who picking them, and then we want for like the world, no say we they look after who picking them, this now open something, not to net, not to secret, not to something where you go say, oh, the government not aware and all that. A public place then they so. So when I think about that situation whereby them pick here go just kind of all the time not eat, how they go school? Because it's very clear say they need the thing the way they need, not to just school fee. It's very clear say plenty of them pick here, them parents don't know get. And boku of them after they don't go big, as sure say that they go share with them parents, and sometimes to some extent, it go even be say them as sad as it go sound, but you go think say then go be the breadwinner of them, they host them, meaning that now then they go drag can feed mama or papa or both. So if that's not the case, so whose incentive you feel say them pikin go get for left? Like whose way somebody go influence them? If the parents them, they abop for them pikia, say after they don't go big all day, they can konani. Or at that time they then go put pot in a fire for let them go feed themselves and their family. So me fumble them again, this not to forbid the government up, but this now also a wake-up call for let we think about with priority. Because yes, if we talk about instead of them take care of them pikia, then go talk about international conference center and all that stuff then they. And all we do that. I want for let we look at it at face value. Let we look at this kind of situation and ask yourself, yes, I know say we not go happy for like and not go be picking them, but for let you know somebody neighbor picking, because we were there abroad, by God's grace, I sure say plenty of we go look after we picking them to an extent that the picking them where we born, biological picking them, no go subject themselves to this kind of condition. So now I don't want for let you look at say okay, waiting if that then picking and then are you picking, I don't want to do that because highly likely you know go get picking we go fall in this kind of situation. But the fact of the matter is them pick here a salon picking them. Not to ordinary, not to extra picking them, not to foreigners them. Now salon picking them. Now we own picking them. Now we own future leaders then they wire. So me fumble them. I just want for let we take a pause. Let we reflect on this how country they go. Let we reflect on what we will call the priority of that country day. If we not prioritize we country, prioritize the picking them we now the future of we country. So the question now is, what in the leaders then they do? So then they go all over the place, they pass and go eat the country money and just think about the present, not think about the immediate future. And as a matter of fact, even the present for them pick here, you definitely go tell, say, the present situation, the present condition of them pick here, and also, let alone now you talk about the future or the medium term. So me fambulem, I will just tap that story day. So now, I want to say boku thank you once again to we donors them. So for plenty of una we don't donate, if even you donate only one time to the VOS Diaspora Helping Hand Scholarship Program, we send email to una subri today because we try for Duam before we go to work. So me fambulem again for that email day, we share information where they help with transparency. But before I show now the information where we share with we donors them, the Diaspora Helping Hand Scholarship Program, I just want to remind we all for understand within the Diaspora Scholarship Program they about. So let we take a listen to the short a promo or information, and then I will come back and give an update, because yes, the donors them they don't help we for come this far. But I believe say you get donors them where they watch as well. We not donors them and supporters as well of VOS. So una we not donated this for help encourage una let we all put hands on deck, we wanna see we are shown them picking them. Yes, VOS Diaspora Helping Hand Scholarship Program, you know, go able to take care of all the picking them with vulnerable in that country day. But again, then can say the bookman them say long journey we get for go far place. For like you able go to that place there, you first get for come on and do and begin. So one step at a time. Okay, so now the same thing we do now VOS. So with the plan now, we get one student we they benefit from the scholarship program. So they try for expand that, and I go give you now more information on that. But let we listen to this information, and I will come right back after this. Dear, on a no go no side, I go encourage you to follow and share, and let we all see how we can able better Mama Salone for the future generation we yet unborn. I will come right back after this.
In the heart of Sierra Leone, where dreams often struggle to find wings, one young man dared to hope. This is John Sitta. Born into a humble family where even putting food on the table was a daily challenge, education seemed like a distant dream.
Good afternoon and welcome to Voice of Salone Radio.
Good afternoon to the listeners.
Yeah, so what's your name?
My name is Ibrahim, sir. Ibrahim Pedal.
Ibrahim Pedal, what?
Kamara.
Kamara. You understand say born if you go come first in the whole country?
Yes, I'm a pikin. Okay. Actually, they talk to you now, so we born the pikin. Now, attire the cell. Now, empty attire the cell. I no gets. In lunch, na 10,000 a year every day. At times we meet up at the biggest one and when we eat, they can get 10,000. Not all the time. It is strain. And the constraint, are they up to 14 years work no be?
John had a fire in his heart and brilliance in his mind. But brilliance without opportunity often fades into silence. His parents believed in him, but with an annual family income of less than $1,000, they couldn't afford to keep John in school. Then came the VOS Diaspora Helping Hand Scholarship Program, a beacon of hope for underprivileged, talented students like John.
Take the first position during my WAS examination.
And what are the mechanisms have you put in place for you to become first again for WAS?
I should be studying very hard and hardworking in class.
So what you want to tell others that are unfortunate to come first in the Becker process?
Okay, my advice to my colleague students is that success do not come overnight. They have to study and get prepared for any task overhead.
All right, thank you very much. This is VOS, Voice of Salone Radio.
Today, John is not just a student. He's a leader, a mentor, and a beacon of hope for his community. With your support, VOS Diaspora Helping Hands empowers students like John from humble beginnings to reach for the stars. Together we can transform more lives. Together we can change the story. Join us today. Sponsor a dream. Shape the future. Scan the QR code to donate or visit our website at www.vosdiaspora.org.
Okay, family, for say plenty thank you again to the donors them, and let us share out to now the names of the donors them we don't get so far, and for let we just tell them boku thank you, me family. Me family na the screen on they see the marvelous philanthropists them, the people them we all for proud of. Waiting that don't do for VOS Diaspora Helping Hand Scholarship Program. Me family, again, if on a look, let I sort of adjust them in a way that we go start from the most recent, because I for make sure see we clearly get for now. So. Just a moment. Now, yeah, fumble them because we need time for get this right. So, but again, we're gonna look at this particular chart. When I go see the names them, But now let I go to, but again I for say plenty thank you. And when I go see repeated name and that way say anonymous. Somebody way generous and they do recurring payment where that person they decides say, well, and I want for like they do for God Almighty, and I want for like we always they praise and boku, and let we just make a name as anonymous. So we decide for obey that. We decide for honor that. And again, Fambulem, this a clear indication of you see you get people that were very selfless. So I want to say particular thank you to that person there. And yes, we definitely, but again, I know say yes, some people and they so, but I go encourage other people for they encourage VOS for they show their names. The reason why I think it's very important, transparency. And also, then they go motivate other people. They go make people realize, say, oh, I know this person. Yes, this thing not true. This thing not to scam and all them things then they. So it help we. And but again, my brothers and sisters, for the people we they feel say their name not in the list, but they don't donate. When I send message to VOS. And by the way, I want for share with diaspora, the number for call, if you want to take part by this program, we get a WhatsApp number, we now 1343-997-5828, 1343-997-5828. I go encourage you now for una call that number there for una safe either talk about the diaspora helping and scholarship program, or una can talk about anything we connected with Salone or we connected to Salone. So if I'm let I go through now the documents them in terms of the payment and something we will be very helpful. The thing that we share with we donors them, I want for also share with una the VOS family members. So me family una see we make a disclaimer there. Say redacted copy, because some information there where we decide for cover, like we bank account number and then thing and day, we do them deliberately because yes, not to boku money, we get another account there, not small money, but at the same time, we don't want if VOS continue for grow or the diaspora scholarship program continue for grow, let somebody not use any hacking method way for thief with small money. And also for the students we decide also for cover the name, so people are not go well for cover them personal like their date of birth and things like that, for like people also not take advantage of them and use their name for do any funny things. We, in terms of privacy, we take privacy very, very important. So for the people that when they listen on the radio, when they see waiting on the screen, they read waiting on the screen. VOS Diaspora Helping Hands, donor transparency supporting documents, redacted copy, prepared for circulation to donors and supporters, sensitive bank account numbers, transfer reference numbers, card identifiers, and payment account information have been permanently removed. Amount, transaction dates, balances, fees, and supporting educational records remain visible for transparency purposes. Prepared as of August 20th, when at today, 2026. So that's not a disclaimer, and let people not say, oh, but wait till Mr. Kagbo, you talk about transparency, but why you cover this, you cover that. So me famulem, the side way require the transparency in terms of the amount where donors then put, where donors then give, the date where then give that, where then give that donation day, the balance, everything you go to see. So let we roll. Me fumble them. Let we go to the second one, the second page. So the second page now, I will tell for show now, me fumble them. And if you look at this page, you go notice one thing. You go notice, say, we start from the top, like the most up-to-date information with AI. So I don't make them too big, like reduce them back. Okay. So now this now from the PayPal transaction report as of 20th August 2026. We fumble them again. I don't explain the anonymous pausing we every month except for 1 month. As soon as CD, I don't know waiting be happen with the card or something, but it not be go through. But consistently every month from the time where it begin for give money to this noble cause, we don't receive money. So now I make una see anonymous. So me fumble them again for una we don't donate. I want for una pay particular attention to una names and we know if at all una names not there, but una believe say una don't donate, they are a big we know, and we will definitely correct them. But this not directly from the PayPal account, we pull this information. So meaning that as long as PayPal capture your name, the amount, if we're able to see them now. But if for whatever reason we miss them, please accept our apologies. Just send a message to the WhatsApp number. Now this number 1-343-997-5828, and please explain, say you donate, but you not see your name per the PayPal. So this not PayPal, and we go show other means them where people don't donate as well. So again, I go scroll slowly for like you go able read and then make sure say you name Didi. If you don't make payment through PayPal and the date, everything, and the time, when I see the date, the time, we capture everything because we want to make them as transparent as we can, possibly make them transparent. And also, the other thing where I want for draw to our attention is that the yellow line them we highlight. Now, for sure, I better explain this. At one point, we mistake, we buy a software, we license a software for help with secure the computers that they use. But now through PayPal, we buy them, but instead of they use the VOS actual account, now the diaspora account. And on a C, we return that money there. We now 152.24. The only small disadvantage there, then PayPal then charge processing fee. But the reason we make we not put the amount including the processing fee because we don't want to let the amounts then different. So now I make the gross amount. I wanna go see 152.24. So I just want to bring that to our attention, my brothers and sisters. So again, this now the people that we don't donate on for this noble cause, we now the VOS Diaspora Helping and Scholarship Program, and I for say boku thank you to all we donors them as una they see na. So there, if for whatever reason una think say they scroll too fast, una go back and watch this program. And you can pause them and then watch them very clearly. If you name no Dede and you believe say you don't donate through PayPal, please send message to we. Okay. So now all the people we don't donate to the Diaspora Helping and Scholarship Program from the table begin. and the tell will begin. The first donation it come off from our sister network, we know the African Voice Network, and that's personally now me donate that $100, and then I pay the processing fee. We know $3.30, and that's now in US currency. So now, in addition to the PayPal, me fambulem, I want to draw to our attention because again, it always nice. Transparency, very important. This is not public money. Unlike with politicians, the way they eat public money and they act not even eng. No, VOS, we need to support that. VOS, we believe in transparency, and we strongly believe, say, people they spend so much for work for the money. So again, the hard hand money. So as a result, we want to make sure, say, we not take people in for granted. And I want to know, say, because I'm based in Canada and we register the PayPal and use with Canadian address, so PayPal, even though people in the give in American dollar, because again, predominantly we viewers in America, so we make the PayPal donation be in US currency and also for help with the exchange rate. But in terms of the reporting, like the total amount we available in Canadian dollars. So when I see so far, from the time we begin, all the money we don't pull and everything, the amount we left now with PayPal account now 1,780 Canadian dollars and 37 cents. So again, now this with the show now, and this all the help for encourage we all saying on our money they in our safe hands. So in addition to that, again, we get a bank account to open. Me fambulem, no way, no need, nothing for shame, because this not to my personal account. This not to VOS overall account. This account we open them specifically for the Diaspora Helping Hand Scholarship Program, the non-profit side of VOS. So again, if we not think say the money small day, please let them they inspire on for let on donate more money. So this again for transparency, as we make the print out on see the date. So I be telling us say I be the work even the morning. So the tell I print this now 1 o'clock morning to we on time now, yeah. But when I see the date, we're in 8/20, so meaning August 20th, 2026. And waiting it is showing here. So waiting we do, we take the entire time, because the bank account, the bank, they only allow you for let you do 1 year. Let you go as far back as 1 year transactions, but we get before the 1 year transactions, we are go show on our back the money we wouldn't ever pull. So for right now, the amount we the Canadian account for the Diaspora Helping Hand Scholarship Program, this is different from waiting I show now the PayPal. I go show now why it different. So now $116.33. So let us show now the transactions, and on the scenario, the filter of the transaction we I kind of make, and me fumble them again. One for say boku thank you to his sister. When our sister Amina Tamara, let God bless him and let God replenish in pocket. Let God not make it suffer as it plan, it do with. Again, this prayer now for all the donors them and the thank you. It do in best for make sure say we able change begin their life na salon. Now, in addition to that person, we say let we not identify a name anymore. We did one before, but he send message and say let we not identify a name. So now in make we decide for GAM anonymous attachment. But Madam or Sister Amina Tamara, from where it begin, You know, miss no month. When I see, every month, they pull, it is sent for we direct to this account, where we in Canada, we call them Interact e-transfer. It is sent directly now the VOS Diaspora Helping Hand account. And my brothers and sisters, when I see, so we get $16 now the account, but where Sister Aminata continuously don't they give in $25 a month. That $100 for 4 months now, it added to the $16.33. So now that make we get the total now, we now $116.33. So the money where we pull out of this account, when I see, I be don't explain this, and I be show now the first the first screen where I show now. So when I see, we pull an amount from the PayPal, when I see the credit PayPal where now January 16th, 2026. And then we pull them back because we send them for we student in school fee. I go show now that receipt there. So now one of two money we don't pull directly from this account. We'll transfer them to the PayPal and then pull them from the account for send them through MoneyGram. So me fumble them again. It's slow but steady. So I want for that we fully recognize the people them also where they donate in salon money. So we get two people them we don't donate directly to the salon account. We brought our based in Belgium. We aimed on knock chest saying for this one student so far, when John Sita, it go give in school fee. In lunch. So it on knock chest. So all the money we donate go towards lunch, except for the first one, when 2,000 leons, we will consider million leons. That one day will be want for send Christmas for we Pekin, we na John Sita, and because now the first thing that to begin take care of them. So we say, okay, well, with gladness, let parents them able enjoy a good meal for Christmas. You get fine clothes and all Lenten and day. So that's not the first 2,000, and the second 2,000 we don't explain them before. Say na lunch and whatever other things them, but specifically, Mr. or brother Salf what kaba money, they go towards lunch, and one for say plenty thank you to them, and also. So we get somebody we based in the UK inside May of last year, a send equivalent of, I believe at that time, now £200. So where we change them, the exchange rate come to slightly over 6,000 new leons. So all leons first time money, now 6 million. So when I see that, and I for say boku thank you to that person there, instead say, and I want for we calling name, I want for say boku thank you to him, we donate from the UK. So then 5 donations here now directly salon money. So I want for say plenty thank you. Again, a part of the transparency. So now let we come to the balance. When I see at that time before we begin get money from Sister Aminata Mara, that'll be $16.33. And how it go down to the amount there. So the first money will be transferred into that bank account there, now be 600 Canadian dollars from the PayPal account. But the money will be used for send for Sister John in school fee, not to the entire $600. So now be $583.67. So it be left in the account a balance of $16.33. So now I let people and say, but I just put $16. No, will not be put no amount. The first amount will go directly into the account there. Now from the PayPal, we now 600 dollars, and then we pull that money there. So I just want to let people aware of that. Saying this not the situation. So again, that don't show the two money they will pull. We'll pull 600 PayPal. Canadian equivalent, and then we pull 400 and Lago back quickly. I just want to we able understand clearly. So we pull $496. So then two amounts then they are the only amounts they will don't pull so far. So now we show now the receipt of the money then where we pull. So the first one where we pull, plus the processing fee, as we say, not to the old 600, but now $583.67 sent to manager, and we don't show now that video there where he go pay Sister Johnny school fee. So this now the PayPal, the MoneyGram receipt. We decide for put all together just for be transparent. And the second receipt of the MoneyGram, when I see $490.01, the amount, but where you put the processing fee, where they charge when about $5.99 Canadian. So the total come to $496 Canadian, and now it will be shown where we pull from the account. So the money will pull from the VOS Diaspora Helping Hand Canadian bank account. We don't show now the receipt whose side that money they go. And this we don't share them to now a breakdown of the money we Sister John ask for or in school. So now this we spend them on. So I don't share this with you as well. And all this the receipt from the school fee we pay that money, and not only the receipt here, we be also get the opportunity for make a video to that effect. So this now the update in terms of the donors them, and as well as the money we spend, the receipt and everything. So now before I go back to the topic, I just want to give you an update. I'm not going to read word for word the letter or the email where we send to we donors them, but waiting we decide for now and we also post this now we VOS both the YouTube and the Facebook. So we did try for target for get at least or at most 2 students them for join Sister John. So we get 3 students them we the VOS Diaspora Helping Hand scholarship they take care of. And when a member we don't promise say them pick want for help them take if they continue with the good grades, they then get at least first university degree. So we get 2 set of students them we want take. And I remember the last time we say, oh, not to the one them way they go through tertiary education, meaning we can call them say that formal education, that academic educational track. We also want for focus back for the one them way they do vocational or technical training. Now that track they want go or that path they. So far for the academic education track, we don't shortlist 6 students them. But unfortunately though, me fumble them because of, I don't know if I remember, they tell them be hack VOS, a force way for erase everything. So, but fortunately, we don't send their students here to we donors them. We just be cover the contact number. So the information where we able for retrieve now the name, the school profile and everything, but unfortunately we not get then contact number, meaning the referee, then the people and they want follow contact for verify whether or not the information they don't give in a tool. So what do we decide for do today? We decide for publish the names of the 6 shortlisted candidates them, where by God's grace, among that 6, they will pick the best one. Whether don't go through the interview, because this not just like way they say that you named it for interview, so meaning that you did close for like VOS choose you. And the other category, we only get 1 student, but that not automatically make that student they say don't qualify for the scholarship program. Or it just happen almost in the only student we apply where we feel say if a satisfy all the criteria them for like we sponsor them. So now the only one where they under consideration for the vocational and technical training when a senior soiree. So dear anybody we know and senior, if you listen or you get for your dear contact VOS, send voice message na VOS WhatsApp number when a 1-343-997-5828 1-343-997-5828. People dear anybody with sabi this young lady and any of them 6 students here, wanna send a message to them saying the name shortlisted, and we consider them for give them a score for extend the VOS scholarship program. We will take care of their school fee and their lunch books and all the basic things them for let them pursue their education to first degree, for complete their first degree. So una give them the VOS number. If una sabi them, let them left a voice message. If they call and not able to get any answer, let them left a voice message, detailed one, for say them na this so person, and let them left a contact number, the number will for contact them. So we go take them from there. We set up an interview with them, and after the interview phase, we don't verify all the information we then put in the application, because we still get the applications them. I want to let them know that. So we just need updated phone number or contact information, either email, but preferably phone number. We'll go reach you now, and then we will coordinate as to waiting will be the next step. If una for come free tongue for come do the interview, and by God's grace, once we don't get una, we go make arrangement for let una go come na free tongue and let una come face the interview, and that way they from the interview now we go go back to we donors them and make them know say okay, well now this now the viewer's choice based on the result from the interview. So I for say plenty thank you to all the people them we don't donate, and the students them also we take the opportunity for fill the application, and the one them way not succeed, una not give up. Maybe next year, if una situation don't improve, una can apply back next year, and maybe we go able for see possibility. But for now, there's 6 students there in terms of the academic track, education track. Now they don't choose, plus additional one we na senior soiree, we aim na the only candidate who they consider for the vocational or technical training. So I'm for say boku thank you again to now all una the VOS family members. So fambul them again, because of I really glad you will spend plenty time for Guna this detailed update. If una get any question at all, please una feel free for reach out and let we able for understand within our question or wisdom where we can improve in terms of how we can able for push this go before. So fambul them now. Let we come to the Guinea issue. Okay, before that, before the Guinea issue, let me just try for wrap up the issue we start with last week. We now in connection to the Amendment Act, the Constitutional Amendment Act. Let we listen to the APC Agbagba waiting a get for say, and I will come right back after that and let we get we own understanding or forgive me own take on the particular issue within a make of this entire issue. So I will come right back after this. On a no side, they are on a share the other people themselves join this conversation. I will come right back after this.
I got the AG Naya the other day and he was saying some of the things same way people and they come out and disagree about when they went to the technical committee where things they agree on. Other than they represent the was it
all right, Fambulem are not able to understand why a sort of they show blank. I download them. We download them on Tooth Media today, but let we give them another try and see if we can be successful.
I got the AG Naya the other day and he was saying some of the things same way people and they come out and disagree about when they went to the technical committee where things they agree on. Other than they represent the was it other they take decision on this? Was it the members of parliament now on a party or it's the leadership of una party?
No. Well, as far as when it comes to decision making, the party, we get all teams, they come together. Members of parliament, legal team, councillors, mayors, former and present. That is the leadership. That is how we develop a consensus on anything we agreed upon. Mm-hmm. So whatever decision we take, it's not just a decision from the leadership of the party. It's a decision from the party. You understand? Mm-hmm. And just that on them, at each level, we get people who they represent. We will talk to us for members, for former ministers, then where I go represent. For former councillors, then where I go represent. Mm-hmm. For former, so that is exactly how we build it. We get what we refer to as that kind of agreement. Mm-hmm. So now them they take decision, and when they take that decision will not be sacrosanct. It will not be hook, line, and sinker. Mm-hmm. It's a decision we will come back to NAC when at the second highest body of the party, and NAC for approve that decision before it become a decision of the party. Because when you take a decision, we talk say this is a party decision. It must go through now. So
the action of the MPs then was approved by the party leadership.
Yes, the party, yes, because it is something we get discussions on. Because as a government, we've seen wherein they have bulldozed our parliamentarians. They have been unconstitutionally removed. They don't pepper spray with parliamentarians them at a point in time where they're ready for stand for democracy and other things. They don't bulldoze them way. So it was something. So we projected waiting go be the way, and we look at the provisions that are enshrined in the Constitution. You understand? And we are very more futuristic of the outcome. See, there is every tendency seeing them as we know them. You understand? That's then go out for bulldoze them way. So let us have a plan in case of they want to push in this direction, looking at the legal provisions, looking at the technical provisions, looking at the parliamentary provisions. We look at everything. We read them and then we get a plan A, B, and C. For
una be sure we are not going to get the vote, so I need for mover because the allegations already go out. Honorable Abdul Kabo on a video made an allegation that they were plans for bribes some una MPs. Was it that una not being sure of getting the vote if una been going into voting?
No, well, when you look at getting the vote, getting the vote not be they come out more from we. Now them be need the vote more. Mm-hmm. You understand? Now then we need the votes. Now then we need the 2/3, and we've been conscious of the fact, say, for anything.
But so go member that we go vote in them favor. Forget the 2/3. And you were concerned about that.
No, as a party, we just get to be concerned because we are not dealing with sense. We are dealing with people. You understand? Mm-hmm. We are dealing with people, and waiting we been going for protect, or not to let we go harass the members of parliament. No, we are there to ensure we protect the face and the integrity of the party.
Una not been sure if of una members them. Una been quite sure say una been get people them way for being vote of the side on the side of the ruling bench.
Well, we not been good there with that kind of assumption. What we been go there with now with the assurance that we should go there and support them, we should go there and inspire them, we should go there and motivate them, and they should see us as leaders that on this particular one, which is very key for us as a nation, they have our back.
I asked you earlier.
We have their back. Sorry.
The party say una they go court, right? Una don't go court now. Una don't file at the Supreme Court, or una still engage?
No, well, we are no longer we not engage anymore. You go see say we don't hire one law firm. We they get conversations with, and I believe say maybe by the end of today, you understand, everything we need to know about we filing go be made very clear.
What's in on the challenge?
Well, we not to now the interpretation of the Constitution. I know more we want based on the ruling of the Speaker. You understand? Because beyond all reasonable doubt, or the Deputy Speaker, we don't go say no, the Supreme Court not get the authority for inquire, and I believe say. We believe say the Supreme Court gets the authority because now they solely get that mandate, that constitution for interpret the Constitution.
But the Speaker as well don't refer, the interpretation on voting to the Supreme Court. So why not wait on the outcome there to determine whatever?
Well, if you follow the Parliament media, waiting then say now that the decision has been taken. You understand? And we don't hear from the Deputy Speaker say that decision cannot be inquired, and waiting the Speaker filing for is enough for an opinion, and we don't want
an opinion on how for vote.
Yes, what we want now an interpretation on how for vote. Now we want not an opinion
on that on the passing of that constitution.
Not on the passing of that constitution, but on the passing of that clause the 108 2B. We want a clear path. You understand? Let Supreme Court tell you, because as far as we're concerned, they tell we say no decision of such nature can be taken with not less than 2/3 majority of members of Parliament.
All right, Fambulem Widoyegi, and this person, APC Deputy National Publicity Secretary Mohammed Pope Kamara. So what did he say? The thing where I want for bring to an attention this time around, he make it clear, say APC, they go court and they go face the Supreme Court. Unlike the last time, they not do where beaucoup Salone people, including myself, they advocate for the Supreme Court intervene. Do not do that. And the same thing again for Lara Telopia's interpretation. Do not do that. So this time around, a better late than never. So to me, I think say before we go to 2028, let them begin for engage Supreme Court. I know say they be engaged the Supreme Court on 2 subsequent occasions, where one or previous occasions, them I should say, we all be see whether we engage the Supreme Court with respect to the PR. We let Abdullah Conte be there alive. We talk say himself we play a very key role for draft this 1991 constitution where we get currently. So it be argue the team be argue say the PR not to the order of the day. So the PR will only exist if Salone no get way for determine the constituencies. The government argument at that time, because I read all that, the government argument at that time, and now that argument they boil so back. They say the census be just that mini census. They be just don't finish them. And with that mini census, they're not able to get sufficient time for then go determine waiting now the new boundaries the new constituency boundaries, because the timing of the census. And on our all member, even the people in safe way, we want for put money into the census, then later say enough feasible, the census not will be credible, then therefore discourage the government not for conduct the census, the mini census at that time. So, but no, the government no will listen, then still proceed for conduct that census day. And then they lead to that decision, say, okay, well, because of the census and because of the timing of the census, they not get sufficient time for go through the entire new boundaries for determining them. So they use that as a justification, saying the Constitution say who side are not able for determine constituency boundaries, the PR now go kick in. So now that technicality there. But to me, I think say be deliberate. There be no say the census then go do the census for disrupt and strengthen the argument saying the census don't discover difference in the boundaries them way be there at that time. So meaning that them boundaries then they do not reflect the true population of the country. So the new census now way therefore use for determine the new constituency boundaries, that census they not give them enough time for like the ECSL go do that, because the ECSL now they responsible for determining the boundaries them. So that's not the argument, and the Supreme Court agree with the government, say yes, the census, the timing of the census is not sufficient for like then we will determine new boundaries them, if any new boundary exists. So they now rely on the existing constituency boundaries at the time, because then they can like say they're outdated because we don't get new census. So remember, if now be every 10 years, the last 10-year census we now under Anescoma now 2015. So meaning the next 10-year one for be 2025. Now 2026 will they pass so. So 2026 December, by the time that they do all the counting and begin pull the result, we will go way into 2027 and probably part of 2028. So if that's not the case, now that same argument they in place so where SLPP, because the Supreme Court we don't rule in their favor, say the timing of the census and all allow for like ECSL able determine the boundaries we attached to constituencies. So whether this pass or not, meaning that the constitutional amendment, whether it pass or not, my brothers and sisters, through technicality, then go argue the same way. So you go one for ask yourself, because parentarily it come close, but it don't make come too open or too clear for let people to understand. But some of we they dig deeper into the analysis, it come clear to we, saying, well, it talks say not to their fault for let them do the census in 2026. But my brothers and sisters, you know say census, okay, now every 10 years, the big census, not too many one, no, the I will say the typical one, the normal one, whether you call them so or not, now every 10 years. So how the preparation for delay take to the point to say, okay, well, not on our fault for let them do the census in 2026 December. So Lamrana, during the interview with Parentarally, he asked him clearly, say, not to deliberately SLPP try for make a tactics. So unago use that same argument saying the census it end close to the election and the ECSL no get enough time for determine any new constituency boundary. So me fambulem, this now another reason we need for think about the country force. And for some reason APC, I don't think they didn't see this coming. the PR system, whether this constitutional amendment pass or not, whether the Supreme Court overturn them, the PR system then get similar arguments as they be put before the 2023 election. Now that similar arguments they then get for put before the 2028 election, a justification for use PR system. We are very clear. The reason we make them bring the PR system are because Salone be there into war. All along, that this constituency system will be done use. They call them force past the post, but not they any part by the constitution where they call them force past the post. But the way how the constitution describe them now force past the post. So this constituencies method, waiting they want for do now, the amendment act where the constitutional amendment act where they before the country now where they before president for sign them, instead of a continue for saying PR system optional in a situation whereby we now get clear constituency boundaries, they use PR. So now part of the clause they will include, they say if this thing pass, this because now a package, if this package pass, it means say the PR system instead of it be optional, it be now the only the only election system where Salone go get. So that one way they call force past the post, it eliminate them. So, and they're not tap for just make them say, oh, if APC win power, then cable change them, now parliament no more. No. So they make a waiting and call entrenched clause. So meaning, before you change that provision the way they want for make the PR team up triangle one by the constitution now, you forgo to the people through referendum. So not only for say now 2/3 majority go pull PR come out to if this constitutional amendment team up, it not go just be parliament. Una see the sneaky way from the survey that we don't see survey result where Chadli do Abdel Fatoma in organization and plenty others survey them show predominantly Salone people and prefer that force past the post where the constituency based system. But the government now, they use a manipulative way, not only for like a pass for 2028, they also want for like be from 2028 take go before. Now, PR system will go use. Even where they try for sell the PR system for 2023 election, where we all see waiting and tell Salone people them versus the result completely two different things. But yet they insist say PR is better for Salone people them. But the PR way they don't implement. We don't see the thing way because now some people and they say, oh well, the PR it make the country political system stable, get for fet for by-election and all that. I don't think that's sober argument that though. Because the fact of the matter is PR by principle or by writing, where I go say in theory, if for increase the number of participation, meaning if for diverse. Remember, under the force past the post before the implementation of PR in 2023, Salone beget 4 political parties in the parliament, and I believe they beget independent candidate as well. So you beget APC, SLPP, C4C, and NGC. And I believe, say, if I remember correctly, at that time, you will get independent candidate. So, but now, where they say, under the PR, in theory, you forget more political parties them or more independent people them for represent the country in a parliament or the people in a parliament. And not be the case of me famble them. So the first step when I implement them, and I'll go according to it when I tell the people them. That not for giving a reason for pause on it. But no, because they don't sort of again, now the people them supposed to determine. But for let you say, and remember, now you they make entrench clause, you know, go to the people them for ask them and let them do referendum on them. But yet you they say for pull them, then for go to the people them for determine whether for pull them or not. Wanna see what they do? So not only the two-thirds majority, not to that no more, but you for go back to the people them for let the people them determine if they want for let PR come out or not. So meaning that if for pass first the two-thirds majority na wahala, and let alone you go to the people them we all know if the party of the day then get so much influence in how ECSL they run, na no brainer. Because we don't see plenty countries in Africa where the referendum na talking no more, na what talking no more. But in practice, the referendum we all know say na the government in favor. Quite recently we see in Guinea, Ivory Coast, and again other countries them then they try for copy the nonsense example and they. So we fumble them. Then we come now to something we want to update on. I don't talk about the PR. When I see the tripartite, we initially I be tell una before this whole time, I tell una see the tripartite na nonsense. I just waste of money and resources, human resources and financial resources and otherwise. I be telling you that. So the tripartite agreement, as part of it, it talk about for they recommend, they set up a committee, what they call selection committee, with that committee it just like way you get HR. So you, the manager, now a specialized division, HR, within HR they do, they tell HR the criteria of the candidates then where you want for hire now your department. And then HR now they look at that criteria, they strictly go according to that criteria, and then select people that we go consider shortlisted candidates. So if you tell them, say, okay, well, tell them, say, I want, let you send for me 5 candidates, and out of them 5, then they just like how we do in our VOS, where we choose 6 candidates, them, shortlist them, and we'll just take one from the 6 then they. So the tripartite make them similarly clear, saying the search committee, now them go determine that list day. So if let's say now 3 people them, so now then they look at them people and they resume and go through the criteria them where the government don't put or within the constitution, and that the criteria where they don't agree. Both the 3 parties them, the government, the opposition, and the moral guarantor. I mean they call them tripartite. Now then 3. So the 3 don't agree. So that criteria the search committee for the ECSL boss them, not just the overall Agbagba, but the ECSL then gets different regions them, where then gets head of the regions then they. So the search committee for present, let's say 3 candidates them to the president. So now out of them 3 candidates then the president go choose. And if you not like any of them profile then it can say una go back, go do the work, una go search for more people them, till it get somebody where it go say, okay, well I agree with this person in profile and all that. So me family them in principle, and then I'll be very good system where I not believe say any party for able for say, oh, the president out of his own free will, he appoints this because he feels say this person loyal to him or not. No, now list they go by. So meaning if they give list of 3 people them, any of them 3 people and they qualify. So nobody no will complain. So, but what think can happen? This bill, they make it clear, saying the constitution saying that the president, then they choose the ECSL, boss them. So as a result, so then commissioner, the constitution don't give the president that responsibility they not go change them. Una see? So other things them will not go benefit the president and the party, except for change them. But this one way they create so much problem for the country. From Kabine time, people are always they condemn the ECSL boss. But no, the president say if we remain the way how it is so. So that's not another reason where you go no say President Bill not talk no more, but not committed to this whole sort of reform. So now we come to this 2/3 majority. Because of time, I now get sufficient time for play Timbo, lawyer Timbo, Alpha Timbo, in video where he be do an interview with Lamrana. A talk about this because the Constitution, the 108 2B, where we look at, it say section 108 subsection 2 paragraph B. It said 2 stages them, therefore use 2/3 majority where they vote, then 2 stages then they. It talk about the second stage and the 3rd stage, meaning the second reading and the 3rd reading. So the second reading, therefore, able do a 2/3 majority vote, and then the 3rd reading, therefore, do a 2/3 majority vote. However, here is the issue with that. So at the time for look for at the time for look for Alpha Timbo in interview, because the interview they give a lot of information where I really want for we play and pay particular attention to them, and then I go come and discuss a little bit more on the points that we make, because then they will give you a lot of clarity, me fumble them. But while at the time for upload that video day, I just want first for recognize the people then, because I see some people that don't comment. Again, we will try not to go too far by this program tonight, because this program I really want for let people remember the Diaspora Helping Hand Scholarship Program we don't update, and also let people go back and then try for inform the candidates them and tell them say the applicants them, meaning the students them, we will don't shortlist and let them reach out to we, because if God make everything goes well, we want to make sure say they're able get the scholarship. The scholarship take effect for meet up the school opening in next month, actually in September. So me fumble them, let we listen, we watch Timbo and talk naya, and then I will come back and talk about and then if time permit, we will do the other story them. Then it will be too long. But let me listen to Alpha Timbo and I will come right back. I want to pay particular attention to that voting. Where during the second reading, it explain, say, them vote and how them vote. So if they agree with that method during the second reading. So why they not for agree with that same method during the third reading? I will come right back after this, me famble them. Una no go no side.
Double Timbo, Emeka say you una not for me no work out. This is a procedure one for me not be part of and argue and make an point none.
With all due respect, there are many things where I want for.
Yes, you will. You will.
But I want for respectfully say what he says, so not to the fact. In the sense, we're not being at that stage when a debate will be in a debate. We had passed the debate stage at the second reading and even the third reading. We don't debate every clause of that Constitution Amendment Bill, all of them. What will be for come back to, and the part that will stick pin on, that will for come back to for take a vote on them. Now make you realize that when we got to that point, it wasn't about debating. We don't debate them. When we not be reach an agreement over the debate, now make the speaker say they put a pin there. They put a pin there. So the talk say we know the views of the people, them, we as the representatives, we deprive them, not to so it be. And you know, everybody know that the entire bill was debated. That is why that day, the first thing we did wasn't debating again. No. Then go put the question about this, what you want and what you don't want. The only debate we come on that day, now whether there been 2/3 on a simple majority for amend a provision of the Constitution or in the bill, where they affect the bill. The second part we didn't talk about now that there was no vote for the second reading. I want for all to deny that. Thankfully, yes, I'm a lawyer, but at the same time, I get first-hand experience as a member of parliament, different from them. So there's the way how the votes in parliament now by collection of voices, right? Whether it's simple majority, 2/3, or whatever it is. So by standing order 45, and they show how then they vote by collection of voices. Now only when a division day, now you will say, okay, we now get a certain number. On that day, we will sit down till 2 o'clock in the morning. I was the last person, was I? No, it was a third reading. It wasn't even the third reading. No, it was. Anyway, whatever it is, I made the last point, then the speaker adjourned. Before he adjourned, he put the question about all those in favor say aye, those against say nay. We say all those in favor say aye, all man say aye. Let's say if some man will say aye. All those against say nay. There was no nay, there was no dissension. Meaning by the collection of voices, 100% of the members of parliament voted. When you go to the votes and proceedings, the record of votes and proceedings for that day, on page 16, it is clearly written there that the question was put at the second reading, and by the collection of voices, 146 members of parliament were present. And when nobody now say nay, it is assumed that the 2/3 required was achieved. It is at the records of votes and proceedings on page 16. So for say we not vote at the second reading, it not correct equally. That corrects that. Also, on Safar Abdullah's point about the constitution not clear, even section 108, where we talk about members of parliament. I agree with Chukwuemeka. This constitution not bad. Now bad people, now use people that use that for do bad things and interpret them the way how they want for interpret them for suit them convenience. No constitution is perfect. We accept that. If it left to me, this 1991 constitution, we should not change it. It should continue as it is. You make amendments to it. It is a good constitution. Now, especially now with the country don't the way it is, so how people think, they think more political than they think national. Maybe this constitution only passed because not be one party system. So all man not be one party at the time. Now attempt for do this. What happens when a parliament this time? It will be worse the next time. So it will be very difficult because people look at this from partisan lenses. Now, it talks say when they say members of parliament, there's a confusion. No one creates confusion. Or whoever think that way, no one creates confusion.
Is it not about interpretation? Or how you the interpreter and how in the interpreter?
I did not say that.
No, you said there's confusion.
No, I said it is not as clear as you think. That's not confusion, and that's not clear as it's not the same.
Beyond clarity, first, in this constitution, it provides where they talk about members of parliament present. It clearly says when it comes to the auditor general, it said for remove the auditor general, you need a 2/3 vote of members of parliament present and voting. It clear. It said when it comes to this, it said members of parliament, of the members of parliament. Thankfully, this same speaker now give a ruling on that. And he get this phrase where he use, he say without being vernacular. Like without not can talk Creole.
Yeah.
He say even ABC we supposed to understand that. When say in parliament, talk about prepositions, it means the one they present, they now. He say when they say of parliament, it means the entire composition. The speaker don't give that ruling. And I'm pretty sure that is why he not pass this constitution under 108 because he will not give ruling under 108 on 2/3 of members of parliament. Now make you go catch on a simple majority in the 91. Beyond that, let's say there's problem. Sometimes this same issue will not come up before. Section 94 of the constitution, where they talk about parliament regulating itself. Parliament not a jungle where they grab the money, no more say, na so they go. We are guided by standing orders of parliament in section 94 of the constitution, make it clear. Plenty things within inside this standing order. If you get something for do with something within the constitution, then they take within the constitution, put it inside this standing order. Now, we talk about section 44.3. I think it means standing order 44.3. It clearly deal with this, and I read down. It is under voting 44.3. A bill for an act of parliament to alter provision of the constitution shall, in brackets now, pursuant to paragraph B of subsection 2 of the entrenched section 108 of the constitution. It's where you refer to section 108. I say entrenched section 108. That means section 108. You know they will change and what's in the inside it.
So apart from the constitution, this is the guide how na the vote.
Correct. Now this is the guide we. He said required to be supported on the second and third readings by the vote of not less than 2/3 of all the members of the house. What can be clearer than this?
So he's saying
So what is the difference between what I said and what
those who are there, right?
There is
that is the
something where you want for skip. Sorry.
Okay.
Let me
Okay, clarify.
These sections 108(2)b not get all. The totalization word, all. Sections 43 of whatever he calls it standing order, he add all.
Okay.
Oh, that's the point you were
That's
making.
the point. Why would they add all when the parent clause from the constitution not get all? If you say all of these what they do, if they take from the constitution come, why you add all? Whether they not get all?
No,
because you realize
So
there is a
confusion.
defect. There is a defect in the 108(2)b where you want for cure, and the 108(2) of standing order cannot enlarge constitutional provision. If you actually take them, Ibrahim Kalekwe do on all other sides. That's the point I made. Okay. I don't even know why you are disagreeing on it, and you just put it.
The points are that even when you go to case system in other countries and try for bring all this thing, I want to tell you, say there's no confusion here. For we in parliament, there's no confusion.
Okay, for you guys.
And beyond that, like how the man said, the speaker said, he say off and in are two different things. Of parliament, of members of parliament. Do you have to put all? Do you have to?
But is there all in the standing order?
I'm just telling you, do you have to? So confusion, even as lawyers, we know say confusion or depend that. And what you talk about, now when you say there's ambiguity, people will interpret them how they want for interpret them. We're lawyers. And I'm sure so we sabi English. Like how we say without being vernacular, we use them all the time. We not open Creole. Now Creole they talk, but we say in an English word. Now the speaker don't give a ruling on that. So there's a ruling. All that we don't done. Can't do this. Like I say, we say of all members of the house, if you dey on suspension, you sick, you go work Canada, you go on official assignment, do you stop being a member of parliament just because of that? The full complement of the House of Parliament is 149, and not less than 2/3 of parliament requires 100 or more votes of the members of parliament. Then are 2/3. Say comedy of errors. I want to agree with that, but I want to also agree. I totally agree with waiting we learned senior I say Solomon Banja Tijansi in entirety, including the part where you talk about treason. And I also want to agree with Chukwu Emeka. Say he not reach that stage yet, but he not denies an act of treason, you know, until the president pass am. These are still proposals. So I'll tell you, the bill still in parliament. Why? Who constitutes parliament? Apart from the members of parliament, the speaker is part of parliament. The president is part of parliament. So until the president when a part in incapacity, the president's assent to a bill, not to just as president, now still the parliamentary, the legislative process now they go so. So when the president pass out, when he sign and we assent him, then yes, it don't become law. So if finally don't reach the pathway that's the
issue of treason can come now.
Like how we say, participate criminals, they call them in law. So the one that participates for the criminal enterprise, it don't becomes we all with a part of parliament.
Who determines?
All right, Famulem, I know say it long, but I want to say beaucoup thank you to we brother Fuad. We correct me say the young man na name Usman Timbo. So my apology when I say Alpha Timbo. So let we sort of talk about, let we decompose the thing that we talk about. Now you look at the first part where it say, because one lawyer, Chukwu Emeka also, be therefore say, because APC not participate in the second reading, then deprive Salone people them for understand the argument and all that. So Usman Timbo, they say, no, that's not the case. He said they even vote. Because Mr. B, they wonder, say, okay, well, the Constitution say, therefore vote during the second reading and vote again during the third reading, forget 2/3 on those during their readings then they. But in between, like that committee stage, I be talk about that last week extensively, and I'm so glad that the research when I do, it come through, again not to brag, but it come through say I talk about most of the thing away with the AE now, even the lawyers then they talk about and stuff. So I go encourage you in a long program, but I go encourage you now for let go back and listen to them, and go because I do extensive research. So that part where it talk about in and all, it talk about say the Auditor General in removal is very clear. It say of all members present. That's not true. And all make them that specifically they clear. And all make them so. The Constitution under the removal of a judge, because now that same standard they use for the Auditor General, it's a 2/3 majority in Parliament. You know, say present and voting, and not say that. Then just use in parliament. So yes, in argument, and according to Ram, say the speaker be the rule, and say that preposition the in, it means location. So it easier for interpret saying that members them were present and voting in parliament at that time. But here is the kicker before I come to 108. Here is the dangerous part. Remember, waiting the speaker based in ruling on. He used, because the word Pada 91:1 talk about majority of the members them were present and voting. So that particular majority there, the definition now, then talk about simple majority. So two things they in play. So the speaker, it play with the two parts of the equations. It play with the numerator, meaning the number where they on top, the people that we get for vote, we go vote whether in favor or against. That's not the number where they on top. And then the number where they bottom, where they call denominator. Now they play with so. So the dangerous part now is the denominator. Where it come to the Auditor General, a mix and match that particular 91.91 subsection 1 provision, a mix and match. And not take the simple majority where that particular provision, it talk clearly about the interpretation of that is simple majority. No, he left the type majority. So he used now that section when 137 where relate to the Auditor General and say, okay, that particular side, it talk about 2/3 majority. So then it changed the top number, and then the bottom number now is say the people them were present and they vote. Wanna see? So meaning that where it come by the Auditor General, a mix and match. So he used two different provisions. He used 91:1 where the default say if no other sign or the way then show out for vote, then you go use the default. And the default now simple majority. Not a 2/3 majority, simple majority. But that ruling against Lara Telopias and the Lawyer Society, they make it clear, saying the expectation where the framer then get now for make it difficult for pull any Auditor General just like that. So but then flip them, saying, okay, well, yes, they agree on the 2/3 majority, but in terms of the bottom number, for sure, Udat and Udat therefore be part of that process there. Now the one that we present and where they vote. So meaning that if you present, but you not vote, you abstain, the number they reduce, the bottom number they reduce. So if you then get, here is the danger where you use that bottom number there, the present and voting. Like you now a clear example, my brothers and sisters. Now, the very Constitution talks saying for like Parliament do whatever they want for do, meaning let them continue with their business as usual, as long as they call on quorum, as long as they get 1/4, when not 25% of the members them of parliament, they in a parliament them present. My brothers and sisters, what in that mean? If you then say, if you get 25% of the people them, like the entire members, the government can, the parliament, the speaker can proceed for do any kind thing na parliament. Go ahead with the day-to-day affairs of parliament, including voting. So under that law, if you take 25% of the total members of parliament, it will be 37.25. So we'll not get 0.25%. So we'll round them to 38. So for parliament continue in work, vote on any kind bill, at least you forget 38 parliamentarians in a parliament. Now, only when you get below that, you for adjourn, for go ahead and do the work of parliament. Remember, 38. So now, if 38, now in the constitution say, if 38 people then a parliament can continue with the work. So now see the danger. So it means for you change something, the interpretation where they want give, because Honorable Indolo gave out, they say, well, if they even skip that simple majority, but they still get 2/3 of the people that will be present and voting. So now I want for draw people attention to. If that 2/3 is based on the people that were present and voting for pass any kind thing in parliament, including amending the constitution, my brothers and sisters, we are heading for trouble. So that simple example I give, so it means say 38 people if it then a parliament can go ahead and do their work. And out of that 38 people then 38 people so wetin it go mean? It means say forget 2/3 of the 38 people you forget 25.33. So we round them up, 26 people So it means say if this interpretation whether they lean towards, if the Supreme Court make that mistake there and say, okay, based on what Ndolo gave out say, and that way where they do for Lara Telopias, where APC not be there, but yet then pass them because they say the people are waiting at parliament were present and they vote. So meaning if APC be sidom, the boycott do not vote, they not go count. The bottom number not go reflect the APC people in a parliament. So meaning that this law, if the Supreme Court interpret and that way where Ndolo gave out, they give people an impression, say, okay, well, if not a simple majority, say, but let them go by the 2/3 of the people and way present and voting. So that means a 2/3 of people that were present and voting, given the limited threshold, the quorum. So it means say the constitution or any entrenched law in that country there, if the Supreme Court rule saying the people that were present and voting, that interpretation there again is very dangerous. Because it means say you only need 26 people Then can make parentarily don't do them. They make a lala APC, boku APC members them not be able to go inside parliament. And that make them reduce the bottom number where they call denominator. And where they vote, because then get that top number still the same, but they reduce the bottom number, they say they get 2/3 majority. And at that, they use for elect Abbas Bundu. So now that kind danger they will face so. Now they play with so. If they use the Abbas Bundu style, then go just find way where sometimes APC then go on the rally, or Bokwesel people then go on something or whatnot. Then just need forget about 38 people for the inner parliament. Just imagine, out of 149, then just need 38 people and still we vote. And out of them 38 people they only need 26 people for get to 2/3 of the people that we present and vote. 26. So meaning 26 people and they change laws then we govern 8 million people. 8 million plus people. On a parliament, 26 people go pass law we go affect the country. And left, just imagine, out of 149 people, 26 people, given this example where I give so, capable for pass law with a 2/3 majority of the people that were present and the vote. So now it make to me, APC, they don't do boku blunder from that election blunder, and even Lara Taylor Pierce, therefore don't go to Supreme Court. That change will then change the bottom number, saying the people in way they were present and they vote. If the Supreme Court be don't rule, force the Supreme Court for rule and say, okay, well, for Lara Taylor Pierce, just like how he say, the speaker don't rule, he reference 108 subsection 2 paragraph B and saying that proposition of it mean the entire institution, the members them we required for vote. It not mean the people that we physically present and ready for vote. Not to that it mean. But if the Supreme Court's name we don't give a ruling day, we'll not for come to this. So yes, then go for be able to bypass Lara Taylor Pierce in situation, but this one now, the speaker not for carry to this nonsense where we go through so. So I make every step of the way they be supposed for challenge the constitutionality of some ruling. Because the speaker not go cherry pick. So, use simple majority on Lara Taylor Pierce because the Constitution say 2/3. So use 2/3. But at the same time, you kind of cherry pick the section of the 91 subsection 1 and saying the people and because they use in. So to you interpret and say the people that were physically present. So now location. So this one now off. Now Safa Abdullah they say, why then include all? So if they include all, now the standing order for the 44.3, that's not procedure for them. As long as contradicts the Constitution, if them puts that all day for clarity, nothing illegal about it. Because the standing order, they want for make sure say it clarify, make parliamentarians they understand them better. Not to reduce the interpretation of the Constitution at all. Because if the Constitution refer to all the members them, and then the standing order decide for put that particular side for clarity for the members of parliament, I don't think that confusion at all. So again, the last time I talked about the word where even Usman Timbo no Pikamo off by itself not necessarily mean all. Because you can say of some members of parliament. You can say of committee members of parliament. So that of there, you can still add something. We can change the meaning from all. But the particular word we qualify the all. Now of the members of parliament. Of the members of parliament. That they refer to the institution as a whole. Again, like I say no more, people for understand English. Because the English now believe say the speaker they struggle with. Either deliberately, you want for interpret things, the constitution, or otherwise. You know, clearly understand the English. But the point where they make Naomi fumble them, the Supreme Court ruling, it gets huge ramification. Because clearly, you know, go twist 2/3 for simple majority. Than in a big hurdle for go through. But waiting na me fear or concern for let the Supreme Court now also interpret that 108(2)(b the same way as the speaker interpret Lara Telopias in case. When that way they in the law give out, they lean towards. Say, oh, they still gets the 2/3 majority if you take the people away present and they vote. Then they go open a very dangerous path for Salone. Like I tell you now, that present and voting, it change all the time. That number it change all the time. So you get 38 people then can still able vote for change the constitution. As long as not in a parliament. So my brothers and sisters, this whole thing, and sadly enough, I don't know the purpose where the IG or the police deny for like them people there when our citizens advisory network then deny them peaceful protests. Because I feel, say, in addition to the media, the politicians, them, because the person where they Adam, lawyer, the need for let people understand waiting at the danger where they before the country. The Supreme Court, the ruling, very important. So clearly, for let it pass, I don't feel, say, the Supreme Court will accept the speaker interpretation because it's flat out wrong. But if the Supreme Court rules say the people away present and they vote for giving the 2/3 majority, my brothers and sisters, that number they change. And because of that, it will put Salone in a very difficult situation. This is not all about SLPP. If the Supreme Court rule on this, if APC come, oh my goodness, then we'll do the same. Just like how consistently they don't take advantage of the so much power where the Constitution give the president. Kaba take advantage of that, Koma take advantage of that, and BOE they even push them further for interpret clause them where get no business with that. As a matter of fact, Section 108, subsection 2, paragraph B, then put stagnant, not to change 10, stagnant bottom number, denominator, that all, or of the members of parliament, of the 2/3 of the members of parliament, not to 2/3 of committee members of parliament, to not to 2/3 of SLPP members of parliament. No, 2/3 of the members of parliament. So he used the entire institution as one. See, that institution, all the members them were eligible for vote. Now that institution, that total number now they refer to when a 149. So if then change that bottom number, this bill go pass. Like I say, the simple majority down there in a tough sell for like the Supreme Court to accept that. But that present and voting, and in a small manipulation, as they do during Lara Tilopia's situation. If Supreme Court twist and small and say that off, it means the people that were present and voting, and in the law gave out, they say about 3 members of APC then send message, say they're not well and all that, and not go vote and all that stuff. And last week somebody be actually make mention of that. I say no, it's wrong. It's in entirety, the entire 149, just like how Lawyer Timbo say whether you're on vacation or sick leave or any form of assignment, as long as you still continue for be considered a member, no seat not vacant. If seat vacant, then you go exclude the vacant seat because you know they expect the seat by itself for vote. So then now the only conditions that where you go reduce the number 149 when at the total number. So I hope that they settles things, but my major concern for play with that bottom number. If they continue for play with that bottom number, Salone they head for trouble, my brothers and sisters. Like you now. Waiting me gut feeling and me research where I don't do. Both. My brothers and sisters, President Bill, it test the waters. This not to the end of it all. Now test it test. When I imagine with all where the country they go through this, waiting a President Bill in priority, a call Parliament, say let them return from recess for approve in nominees them in cabinet shuffle. Wanna tell me too how that one they considered an emergency? The people away be did like the Minister of Finance, the Foreign Minister, for my account, they say they do very well. So why not wait for the Parliament naturally come back from recess? But no, he called them as emergency. But guess what? And not call the emergency and say, you know what? The country is in very difficult state. And we they look bad. Una come back and try for review this. Una vote back. Because una remember last week I talked about the fact say the Constitution give the President the opportunity for seek advisory or advice from the Supreme Court. With that advice, they go assist them for like they go decide on the decision we for make. So if President Bill be see this as a priority, my brothers and sisters, where I believe say this for be a more priority compared to in appointments them. Because their appointments then they are not feeling an emergency appointment to them. The people are still lady force. They will still act till Parliament come from recess. Or they call them and say this one for really threatening the country in peace. When I look into this, that's based on the advice where the Supreme Court go on game. But no, I don't think that priority to them. So let the country continue for day in this kind of tension. So my brothers and sisters, here is waiting and think, say President be able to test the waters. And the other danger, if this 2/3, remember the entrenched clauses, in addition to that 108 section 2 subsection paragraph B, 108 Section 108, subsection 2, paragraph B. It talks about 2/3 force. And then the second step, you go to the people through a referendum. Go ask the people what them think. When I think about 2023, and then laws then they not change it too. Say ECSL boss can determine the result as it deem fit, without showing any breakdown. It can just cut out and give number, saying, oh, majority of the citizens they approve for let President Bill, let them change the term limit. Now they would go so. President Bill, they test the waters. Because otherwise, if now in legacy they fight for, they continue to go through this. Now simple solution for them. Just seek the advice of the Supreme Court and whatever they rule, and say to Parliament, no, I need a sign up. Una seek, una go back and therefore convince the APC folks and if una not get the numbers, and let we go back now the drawing board. Somebody will want for like in legacy be sharp, and that he go do. But because not too much of legacy, and because it want for entrenched himself in power. My brothers and sisters, some people and they say, I know say people that don't say, oh, Mr. Kagbo go see, the Bio go prove you wrong. No, Bio they go through all that, because if you ask really, waiting at the benefit for like it puts the country through this. Well, yes, the speaker don't make a mistake, let's call a mistake, but in the bill gets the opportunity for correction by not signing it and send and go back to Parliament. So why did they allow the country for go through this? Why APC for even go to the Supreme Court? Where in the president will talk directly to the Supreme Court and ask them for letting advise them or letting give an opinion, letting give their opinion, and then they help them for decide what they for do. Because I don't believe they don't sign them yet. So again, me fumble them. I want for say beaucoup thank you, but we country based on the research we don't do so far, we country a day in a crossroad and a very dangerous path we they go so. If this pass, oh my brothers and sisters, I wonder what else go pass. Again, I want to say beaucoup thank you to we one and only Madam Bendu Kamara. Thank you very much, Madam Bendu. They are not jealous anymore. Madam Bendu done there with we since the inception of VOS. I want to say plenty thank you and welcome, as always, to another VOS extended family member, Madam Aissata Doumbouya. Thank you so much, Sister Aissata Doumbouya. You say good evening, Mr. Kagwe, and Madam Bendu say hello, VOS family and friends. And Madam Aissata Doumbouya continue for say, hi everyone, and I hope everyone is doing great. And we brother, we since the inception of VOS, we done there with we brother Fuad. She say thank you very much. You say welcome everyone to VOS family. Thank you very much. And Sister Arette, she say thank you very much and welcome to VOS. I believe say you don't watch we, but you decide for comment today. You say praying for Mama Salone. Indeed, we all for pray for Mama Salone because it look like say the pathway they go so it's very, very dangerous. We one and only Sister Mary J. Thank you very much. Another prominent VOS family member. Say good evening, Mr. Kagwe and VOS family. Thank you very much. And Madam Aissata Doumbouya, said the background is making some sound. I don't know if not a speaker, but I noticed that. I go try for fix them. Thank you for giving me that clearance day. But I sure say when me they talk, you know they get that background noise day. Otherwise, it can possible say not the AC. But I don't think the AC sound loud enough for like a interrupt. Because but anyways, I go look into that. I go listen to the program after and then see who side sound they come out. Thank you so much. I want to say plenty thank you to Black Hopes. You say, look how long this law is, Bill, you need to do better. Okay. Oh, you mean, I believe, say, you did talk about the 1965. Clearly, that law, an office say, is supposed for the Guinea books. And you continue for say, okay, yeah, I don't read them. And I'll for say plenty thank you to Matt P. Thank you very, very much, and welcome to VOS. You say hello from the motherland. Thank you very much. And again, thank you for where you share your thoughts with we where you watch live and also say don't lit na salon, but thank you very much. Brother Rahim Morgan Conte, thank you. Say good evening, folks. Thank you very much, Brother Rahim. Let God bless and welcome to VOS. And one of we members them, we clearly another prominent member of VOS, and also as soon as we see the names, one of the members them we graciously donate to VOS. For say plenty thank you, Brother Fodi Esila. Say, Mr. Kago, could you display QR code, please, for the Helping Hand scheme? Absolutely. And in fact, I go do them, and then I go still the talk in the background. But after we display the comments them, because I want for make sure say I recognize all the people that we don't comment, and I want for say plenty thank you to you, Brother Fodi Esila, and thank you so much for that reminder there. And another prominent somebody in this program, and we INSEF, now one of the people that as soon as see name, earlier on we don't give to the VOS family scholarship program, and that's Sister Cecilia Comoin. Thank you so much. Sorry if I mispronounced the last name, but Sister Cecilia, you say, I am having a hard time accessing my PayPal account, forgot my password and log in. Is there another account I can make contributions to while I try to sort out a PayPal account? Well, with PayPal, you can able for say forgot my password, then go ask you for the email address, and then you enter the email address, then go send them to you like a reset. So try that for see how you can able for recover them. Because for right now, only the people that within Canada that are capable for donate directly through the e-transfer, similar to waiting Sister Aminata Maradi do. But for people outside of Canada, it just get for be wire. And now I get for the additional information, the account number and all that in day for let you wire account money to the account day. But again, left message if you don't try for recover your password by supplying your email address, and just click on forgot password, and then go ask you for you enter your email address, and then go send the recovery link. Now your email address, where you go click on that email address there, and then you take them from there. Try that. If you're not able to go through, please left message now the VOS number, WhatsApp, and then we can take them from there. Thank you very much, and I hope you go through, and because you now one of the generous donors them, and we truly appreciate you for that. Another prominent brother Favor, as usual, say please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much, Brother Favor. I truly appreciate you for that, and I can always remember whenever that happened. So yes, brother, again, my bad. I say Brother Fuad, but not Brother Robert Kagbo. We make the correction. Say, Mr. Kagbo, this young man is Usman Timbo, the son of Magistrate Timbo, late Magistrate Timbo. Thank you very, very much for that, and I truly appreciate that. Yes, I see your message, and that's able for make the correction. And I want to say plenty thank you to we brother Fodi Esila. You say the said Dr. Abdullahi confuses himself on the diction of off. Why do we need all to mean the totality or sum of? Is he saying that when making reference to a group, do we have to use all? For instance, when referring to the class of 26, great example, graduating class, do we say class of all 2026? Sounds colloquial. What is Abdullahi saying, leading us to absurdity? Absurdity. Thank you very much, Brother Fodesila. Great point. Great point. Because with the off, again, like I say, the only point there where you can add any other thing after the off. But if you put the class of the 2026 student or whatever after the 2026, that's still considered that the qualifier, because you can say of some class of some 2026 students or whatever it is. But a great point that you don't need for put all, because then like that class of 2026, if you say class of all 2026, it not gonna be colloquial, it will be kind of like how when we grow up, we be like that word tautology. Like it will just be redundant. As like you say, it will just be redundant. But thank you for that observation there. You see, we make always like for consider, because I did learn a lot, and thank you very much. Again, one for say plenty thank you to another prominent brother, our brother Abdullahi Kamara. Thank you very much, and let God continue for bless we all. Another prominent sister, our sister Awanatu Conte. Thank you. Say good evening, sir. And I want again, yes, Sister Cecilia. Okay, now Momo. All right. So I'll be kind of not too sure the last name there, but now Momo. So Sister Cecilia Momo, thank you very much. You say I'll try again. Please try again, because one of the people way they give to this diaspora helping hand, and as soon as see we the time forget more students then by God's grace effective this September. So Sister Fatima Takamara, thank you very much. You say, Mr. Kagbo, thank you so much for your service to us. May Allah continue to bless you and your family. Thank you. And same to you as well, and all the extended family members, because una sef lekau I just express appreciation to Brother Fode Sila. That example where he give, that example they bang on, where he used class of 2026. Yeah, because if you say class of all 2026, and not completely wrong, but redundant. And not sound smooth. Thank you very much. So, Mifambulem, we certainly don't run out of time, but let us just quickly though talk about the other topic then just quickly, because I don't set the stage, but I want to follow we talk about very quickly. So I talk about this police clearance thing, but I want to follow we look at Lamrana Ba, Tooth Media waiting then talk about with respect to this. I go just sort of read them, my brothers and sisters. But while I read them, again for like I remind people them, dear, when I just scan the QR code for una donate, please with a big una for like una give to the Diaspora Helping Hand scholarship program, because it mean a lot to we, and the picking that we get for benefit from that. So dear, I beg, let we give. So my brothers and sisters, now when we look at this story, where they talk about the police clearance. Yes, they quote the 1965 Public Order Act, but I don't make it very clear. So they therefore say, okay, well, if it supports the government, the possibility for you get a clash is slim, and that's the therefore tell we. So where you protest and not support government, then you don't get for be peaceful. I mean, most times the other country them now the police get for protect them people and then get for guide the way, like say, okay, well, because of Leona no interrupt normal activities and stuff, we go dedicate this area for una, and the media go come meet una there na the end point. Una go march along this street, and then una stop na this side, but we go make sure say we allow the media people for can capture una protest and ask una question, do interviews and all that. I mean, they feel say that for be the case, but unfortunately, and they say outrightly no to them. So the question now is, so the people way no, they see eye to eye with the ruling party, because this is not just SLPP, APC several times they don't decline, they don't disallowed people for do that kind here. So the question now is, waiting at the practice now, because in democracy, you for also encourage voices them we not agree with you on, and that's not the beauty of democracy. But if we not continue for say, as long as they in favor of the government or the ruling party of the day, we not gonna allow that. No, we take away the democracy where we all they aspire for enjoy another country day. So let we fast forward, let we go before and talk now about this issue. Sierra Leoneans reportedly barred from traveling through Conakry airport. So this now the story where Truth Media say, according to waiting the Minister of Education say. So the Minister of Education and Ministry of Information and Civic Education has assured citizens that travel to and through Guinea remains fully permitted for individuals with valid documents responding to public concerns sparked by new Guinean security measures. The official public notice followed a directive issued by Guinea's Ministry of Security to the Special Commissioner of the Ahmed Sékou Touré International Airport, which prohibited transit passage for Sierra Leonean migrants amid a heightened crackdown on irregular migration and human trafficking. While legitimate travelers face no bans, the Ministry of Information and Civic Education statement emphasized that restrictions strictly apply to individuals attempting to use Guinea to bypass formal overseas employment procedures. The government urged citizens to verify all labor arrangements through the Ministry of Employment, Labor and Social Security before departure to protect against fraud and exploitation. So this, now waiting Truth Media extract from waiting the public notice say, which is exactly that, but I just want to draw on our attention very quickly to this public notice, side way then talk about. So this Truth Media just taken from the public notice to then publish. Say travel through Guinea, what Sierra Leoneans should know. The Sierra Leoneans are not banned from traveling to or transiting through Guinea. This now from the Ministry of Information and Civic Education. Now it come up from directly. Citizens with valid travel documents who meet the relevant immigration and security requirements may continue to travel for legitimate purposes. However, restrictions apply to Sierra Leoneans seeking to use Guinea as a transit route for migration or overseas employment outside established procedures. Guinean authorities have raised concerns about cases involving irregular migration, suspected human trafficking, and unverified overseas employment arrangements. Sierra Leoneans intending to travel abroad for employment must follow the lawful recruitment, labor, and immigration procedures. Overseas employment arrangements should be verified through the Ministry of Employment, Labor, and Social Security before travel. So it continues for say, citizens should not use Guinea or other transit routes to bypass these procedures. Following the proper process helps protect travelers from trafficking, exploitation, fraudulent job offers, and unnecessary travel difficulties. Sierra Leoneans experiencing difficulties while traveling through Guinea should contact the Sierra Leone Embassy in Guinea on the number 224 plus 224 621 04 82214. So plus 224 621 048 214 for consular assistance. So again, a nice thank you to Truth Media and also the government. A nice way the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, a nice way they come and try for make this. But I get a couple of questions though, looking at this whole thing. One, for like Guinea they complain for all this. It is say one thing. It is tell we say Salone gets plenty issues. For like Guinea. So meaning that how they will get all them fake thing and them fake documents then they and all that pass Salone and go na Guinea. So then they self need investigation. And obviously the government don't completely go off the hook because of that. But it's very clear, say they need for fully make Sierra Leone and they understand within exactly they go on and why now Guinea they flag Sierra Leone for human trafficking and for exploitation and all that, and they're very negative for the country because Guinea now we border and now we neighbors them, immediate neighbors them I should say. So as a result, we don't need for the gathering restrictions then they. And as a matter of fact, according to the information, the public notice, say Guinea, don't they complain why the government not try for do something until Guinea decides say, oh no, they're not going to allow Sierra Leoneans them and all that. And I believe say you must get people away, don't go through such harassment, even with the one there with valid traveling documents. So may fumble them again. This another wake-up call where we rely heavily on ECOWAS and we feel say Guinea, the way they treat we treat we like good neighbors. So that's they are going to end up. And that's so I go end that part today. And the last, the other topic where I want to quickly talk about is this one. So U.S. accuses Sierra Leone of breaching provisions in the Deportee hosting agreement. So this now one of the things them where it always nice. Like then kind here for the parliament they call the minister responsible. And also yes, BO don't change the foreign minister. We don't know why he change them. But at least if we will call the minister responsible and ask him, say, okay, US, they say this, waiting at the agreement on a breach. With who's part of the agreement on not continue with or we una try for not for do. So all this, I feel, say, now the responsibility of the parliament for call and do inquiry into that kind of allegation here, because this accusation, it can sour the relationship with the United States. And we all know Donald Trump, how he can take this excessively. And we brothers and sisters, then we did it, then self go begin suffer for that. So I don't feel, say, Sierra Leoneans then deserve, if they don't agree, say, okay, now this thing go do, my brothers and sisters, they need for do an agreement. So let's just quickly read wetin Truth Media put out now. Yeah. So wetin they say, this now as of yesterday, Truth Media say the United States Senate Foreign Relations Committee has accused Sierra Leone of violating certain provisions of its agreement to host and resettle third country nationals deported from the U.S. despite having received a 1.5 million grant to implement the program. Una see? So they emphasize the money. Where, my brothers and sisters, we know say 1.5 million for a country, not peanut. But yet, then we focus them, then take the money. And now they use that as a way, say, we don't take money. So for implement what they ask for. So it continue for read, say, there is now credible evidence that Sierra Leone is violating this commitment. So according to Senator Sharon declared. So this lady, we unasiso Mrs. Shaheen, or Shaheen, Shaheen, Shaheen. So it accused the country now and saying, then get credible evidence, say Salone they violate the commitment. She referred to media reports which indicate that Sierra Leone has sent some of the deportees to their countries where they risk facing persecution. Una see me fambulem where the foreign minister say, then people after some time will go send them back to their country, but apparently not to the agreement. The agreement not call for them send them back to their country. Because according to this senator, it is say them people and they're not supposed to send them go back to their country because then go face persecution. So in response, Travis pledged to ensure compliance if confirmed. And then quote her now. I can assure you that if approved, I will advocate that the government of Sierra Leone comply with all of their agreements, including the third country national arrangement to the letter. Under the U.S. Sierra Leone agreement, Canva Solution Sierra Leone Limited was contracted by the government of Sierra Leone to provide key services for deportees, including reception support, temporary accommodation, and humanitarian assistance. The program was designed to ensure humane treatment and safe resettlement of individuals deported under U.S. immigration enforcement. The accusation of non-compliance comes at a sensitive time in U.S.-Sierra Leone relations, with Washington emphasizing accountability in bilateral agreements. The issue is expected to feature prominently in Travis' tenure should his nomination be confirmed. Mifambulem, on a member, waiting Timothy Kababi say, he said the program na temporary settlement. After some time, then go send them back to the country. But the thing I just read so, not to that he say, apparently the agreements now for let them go resettle them people and they permanently because they say they're not for send them go back to the country. Let them not go face prosecution. So, but not to that, the government tell we. The government say that temporary arrangement. So, me fambule muna see how deceitful the government is. Anyway, I don't run out of time, so I go tap na ya, and I'll for say boku boku thank you to una all. Let God bless una with una family, and let God bless the VOS. And again, I go encourage we all for let we continue for help out. And Jeremy Fambul, let Aduam one more time, una scan the QR code and let una donate so we go help the vulnerable picking them as we see them picking them where they big na teeth. Yes, not to the all who able help, but let we try and help the one that we able help. Until next Thursday, same time, same station. Me, na Abdulkarim Kagbo, and again, Fambul them dear, una not forget for tuning every week, Thursdays, I'm sure we're in politics and economics. And on Saturdays, yes, we get a break for the summer, but after the summer, beginning the fall, next month by God's grace, every Saturday we will get Sister Matilda, the Salone issue show, and then every Sunday, we show na 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Matilda in show. After the summer, it will resume by God's grace, and that time there will be 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Salone time now, it will be around 8 o'clock. I'm sorry, 10 o'clock, because I think our 5 hours difference now, it will be 10 o'clock. And Mr. Shilon then show, it is start 8 o'clock Salone time. We na 4 o'clock. Well, I think 4 hours. My bad. So Matilda and show na 9 o'clock. So 5 o'clock time. Salone time na 9 o'clock. And me show na 8 o'clock we on time, and Salone time it will be midnight sometime where the time can change. It can be 5 hours. So, but again, I go encourage you now for una share, and also let una tune in to Sunday program. We go come to una same station with a VOS, and the time will be 8 p.m. Salone time, and it will be Mr. Shilon and Mr. Mengot. So for me, until I see you again next week by God's grace, me na Abdulkarim Kagbo, and they say una thank you very much. Let God bless una all, and from me to una tata. Let God bless we all, and let God bless the one and only country where we call Mama Salone. Una good night.